Pursuing a PhD is a significant commitment that requires careful planning and preparation. I will share a general roadmap to guide you through the process. The first step, self-assessment and motivation. 1-2 years before applying to a PhD program. You have to evaluate your motivation. You have to understand why you want to pursue a PhD. PhD is a long-term commitment, and understanding why you want to do research, to be in academia or specialize in a specific field, very important, not to lose your motivation after you start your PhD. Find potential research fields and areas you are interested in. The narrower your research is, the better it will be, because it will help you to find the specific program you want to apply for and the advisors, supervisors that you are looking for. So try to understand which research fields you're interested in, try to read something on that, watch something on that. You can even talk to people who already pursue a PhD, ask their advice, how they found out that they want to do research on a specific area. The second step, research about schools and programs. Usually 1 year before applying. You have to identify potential programs and schools where you can apply. Also, PhD in most cases are fully funded, so try to find the scholarships that can fit your requirements. Unfortunately, you will not be able to find several programs or several schools in one day. You have to monitor it during the year and try to make a list of all the potential schools and programs that you can apply for. Try to understand how much scholarship would be enough for you, and if you are traveling with your family, whether they provide family allowance, how important it is to have this family allowance, how important it is to have travel expenses, and all the small details that will be required by you first, and then apply to the schools and programs. Make yourself an attractive candidate. In most cases, PhD programs require background in research, academia, or teaching. What you can do, notwithstanding whether you are working now in another field or doing your master's degree, you can start preparing for these programs. Very easy way is just attending some conferences. Even if you are not presenting, just be a participant in this conference, which you can mention in your CV. Also, if you're interested in writing and research, you can try to publish a very first article of yours in the journal, in the local journal that you have in your country. I am planning to make separate videos on how to publish your first article, so stay tuned. But even at this stage, you can try to publish, you can try to attend conferences, you can try to teach. I know that in many countries it is possible to teach if you have only a master's degree. Even you can engage in some kind of research projects. Even if you are working full-time, there are some possibilities to volunteer or to work as a part-time to have some research experience, which will enhance and improve your application a lot. The next step is preparing your application package. Usually it's 6-12 months before applying. After you have the general idea where you want to apply and which universities you want to apply, you can understand which documents you have to provide. But in most cases, the list of documents are the same. It's your statement of purpose or motivation letter, your CV, academic records, including academic transcripts, and your bachelor's and master's degrees, the English proficiency test, IELTS, TOEFL, or any other ones. So prepare for the test, get the certificate at least 5-6 months before the actual applying date, before the deadline, because when you start preparing the documents for the scholarship, you will be quite stressed. Believe me, I went through that period myself. So you will not be able to concentrate on the exam at all. Try to find a supervisor who will agree to supervise you. In most cases, PhD programs will ask you to provide a letter of support from a university professor who agrees to supervise you. So it's very complex process. In order to find your supervisor, you have to prepare a research proposal, CV, and motivation letter. So you can send him or her, he will review it and then agree to supervise you or not. You prepare the documents, but at the same time you can look for the supervisor. When you are ready with the documents, you can start sending these documents to several supervisors, because if you send to one and wait when he or she will answer. It will maybe never happen because usually the professors are super busy. They have several research projects at university. So try to secure your place and try to find several supervisors in different schools, different programs. The next step is about applying to the programs themselves. So it is approximately 6-9 months before actual study starts. So here you have to learn how to apply, you have to learn the platform, or maybe sometimes you should submit through email. And at the same time, very important, please apply to multiple programs. Please apply to multiple programs to be sure that if you are not accepted for this program, you can be accepted for the other one. At least 5-10 programs. As I have mentioned, a package of documents can be approximately the same. You just need to rewrite and review your motivation letter when you're applying to different universities, of course. Also, very important part is to follow up with your supervisors. You have to keep in touch with the supervisor, tell him or her about your process, that you have applied or you are applying and you are waiting for the response, or you are going through interview, and etc, etc. So the next step and the last step is interviews. They will invite you for the interview. It happens 3-6 months before actual study starts. So here you have to try to review your motivation letter and the application you sent to them to be consistent at the interview. It was one of my experience when I was committee at my university and interviewing master students for Stipendium Hungaricum. They didn't remember what they wrote in their motivation letter, and the answers they were giving in the interview were so different from what they were writing in the motivation letter. So it's very important to be consistent. You have to be consistent, and of course in these 3-4 months you can forget what you have written in your motivation letter because you will apply to several programs. So when you get the invitation to the program, please review your application for this specific program and get ready for the interview. After the interview, you will get the offer, and I wish you good luck while applying for PhD scholarships. It's very time consuming and sometimes stressful, but don't lose your motivation, because if you apply as many times as you can, you will get one of the opportunities for sure. Bye bye, see you in my next videos.